Warning. In this video, you will hear some words you may find funny. Words such as penis, vagina, sex, oral, condom, anal, blowjob. You can laugh. You're right. They are kind of funny. No fruit was harmed in the making of this video.
Now, what is a condom and what does it do? You may think condom is just for this.
How you do it?
When in reality, they can be used to prevent sexually transmitted infections.
That doesn't look right.
We're here to talk to you about the types of condoms, types of sex, types of STIs, and how to protect yourself from them.
Did you just say sex?
That's good.
Good morning, class. I'm Mr. Hebert, as you know. Welcome to Health. I have one question for you. What is an STI?
Stop.
Dave, we talked about this. It is an acronym. Yes.
It actually stands for sexually transmitted infections.
Good. An STI is defined as an infection that is most commonly transmitted by sexual contact. Can someone please tell me what the 3 types of sexual transmission are?
So obviously, I think we all know that you can get it through either anal or vaginal, but my friend and her significant other told me that it's impossible to get it through oral, which I didn't think I believed that because that just I didn't understand. That just makes I don't understand that, whatever.
Hey, how you doing? I'm feeling really good right now. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to get a little frisky?
Well, yeah, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea right
come
now.
on. Why not?
Well, this morning I was in the shower and I, looked down there and it was a little red and smelled a little funny. So maybe I should go get a checkup before we do anything.
Oh, don't worry about it, babe. I'll just go down on you, and I think nothing happens when you go orally, okay?
Well, you're the expert, so I guess let's do it.
Your friend is incorrect, Jill. With oral sex, you can catch an STI in your throat and your mouth. A common STI is a cold sore, also known as herpes. Can anyone else give me another example of an STI? Yes, Jill?
Tonsillitis.
No. Yes, Dave?
Syphilis?
Actually, yeah. Can you tell me some more details about that?
Sure.
Syphilis is a bacterial infection that comes in stages. The first stage, primary syphilis, generally comes as firm, round, and painless sores at the site of infection. They can appear on the genitals, mouth, or anus. If it is secondary syphilis, you'll see skin rash, swollen lymph nodes, and fever. During the latent stage, there are no signs or symptoms. Tertiary syphilis is associated with severe medical problems affecting the heart, brain, and other organs of the body. I know some stuff about gonorrhea too. Some men with gonorrhea may have no symptoms at all. However, men who do have symptoms may have a burning sensation when they pee, a white, yellow, or green gross liquid that comes out of their penis, and the testicles can become painful or swollen. I'm not sure what happens to women.
Symptoms of gonorrhea in women can include painful or burning sensation when urinating, increased vaginal discharge, and vaginal bleeding between periods.
HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. HIV can lead to acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, or AIDS, if not treated. Unlike some other viruses, the human body can't get rid of HIV completely, even with treatment. So once you get HIV, you have it for life. HIV attacks the body immune system, specifically the CD4 cells, T cells, which help the immune system fight off infections. Untreated HIV reduces the number of immune cells of the body, making the person more likely to get infections or infected-related cancers. Over time, HIV can destroy so many of immune cells that the body can't fight off infections or diseases. These opportunistic infections or cancers take advantage of a very weak immune system and signal that the person has AIDS, the last stage of HIV. There are no signs and symptoms of infection, and thus getting tested regularly is key to prevention and treatment of HIV. Ways that HIV can be transmitted is through anal sex, vaginal sex, oral sex, and blood-to-blood contact with someone who is infected with the virus. No effective cure currently exists, but with proper medical care to suppress the virus, HIV can be controlled.
The human papillomavirus is one of the most commonly sexually transmitted infections. You can contract it through vaginal, anal, or oral sex with anyone that has the virus, and it can infect both your genital area, your mouth, and your throat. It can even be passed when someone has no signs or symptoms. Most of the people that contract this disease don't actually show any symptoms, so they don't know that they are infected. It is easily spread through sexual skin-to-skin contact. There are more than 100 different types of HPV though. It can sometimes go away on its own, but when it doesn't, it can cause some problems, including genital warts or cancer. Genital warts look like a small bump or a group of bumps that may appear in the genital area. They can be small or large, raised or flat, or shaped like a cauliflower. The disease won't show any symptoms until it has caused serious health problems. There's not a current test to detect high-risk HPV in people who have penises, so that is why it is important to get regular checkups for both men and women.
Chlamydia is a common STI and can infect both men and women. It is a treatable infection but can cause serious or permanent damage to a woman's reproductive system, making it either difficult or impossible to become pregnant later on. Chlamydia can be transmitted through anal, oral, or vaginal sex. Women can actually pass chlamydia on to their baby during childbirth. Most people who have chlamydia don't show symptoms. If you do have symptoms, they may not appear for several weeks after sex. Even when no symptoms are caused, it can still damage the reproductive system. Symptoms for women include abnormal vaginal discharge and/or a burning sensation when urinating, and symptoms for men include a discharge from their penis, a burning sensation when urinating, and/or a less common symptom of pain and swelling in one or both testicles.
Many people with herpes never have symptoms even though they are carrying the virus. There is no cure to this virus, but it can be managed using medications and home remedies. There are two types of herpes, HSV1, which is oral herpes, and HSV2, which is genital herpes. The causes of herpes include having unprotected vaginal or anal sex, having oral sex with the person who gets cold sores, sharing sex toys, and having genital contact with an infected person. Symptoms of herpes include blisters, ulcers, pains when urinating, cold sores around the mouth, red blisters on the skin, vaginal discharge, itching, tender and enlarged lymph nodes, high temperature, and not feeling well.
That's awesome, guys. I'm so glad you guys have been doing your homework. Just to recap, here are some other STIs that you can contract. But to recap what we've actually talked about, we've talked about chlamydia, HPV, HIV, gonorrhea, syphilis, and herpes. Now, the other ones you can research on your own and learn on your own to make sure that you don't contract it, or you can educate your friends and family about it as well. Moving on to the types of sex in which they are transported through is usually through oral, anal, and vaginal. All three routes have different ways to transmit STIs. Not one is safer than the other. STIs are transferable through all routes. The most effective way to avoid an STI is through not having sex. Although I'm sure some of you are sexually active. So what are the methods to protect yourself? Dave.
I've been told that the pull-out method is a reliable way to prevent yourself from getting any of that stuff.
Wrong. Beatrice.
Well, once you had an STI, there's no chance of getting it again.
Wrong. Gertrude.
Well, if you get checked and you're STD free, your partner doesn't have to get checked as well.
Wrong. Jill.
It's obviously safer just to use like 2 condoms.
Yes and no. I'll give you 0.5 for that. You're right, Jill. You're supposed to use condoms, but using 2 actually can rub together and break both of the condoms, so only using 1 is just important, okay?
I told you she won't stop texting me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's not your fault.
You haven't even told her that you're bi, though, have you?
Well, no, I didn't. You know, I when I broke up with her, I didn't think it was relevant. I thought I would just like add her to the whole situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Well, you know, in time, right? But
Hey, so what are we doing today?
I'm doing homework.
You could be doing me tonight.
Do you have a condom?
No.
You don't have a condom?
I don't. No, but that's okay. We don't need one. It's fine.
No, I'm not doing you unless you have a condom. You haven't been tested, and I don't feel safe about that. So.
You know what? No, that's fair. That's fair. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not willing to risk it either. You're right.
Okay.
So I'll go get some, and then I'll see you later tonight.
Sounds good.
All right, kids, I have a guest speaker here to come and teach us on how to properly put on a condom. So I'd like you to welcome our guest speaker.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hebert.
Hi.
My flight just landed. I brought my banana to show these kids how to put on the condom.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm so excited. Hello, children. Hello. I'm so excited.
What are you going to be teaching?
So the first thing you're going to want to do is check out the expiration date. That can be found on the back of the condom or on the box. On this condom, it's found right here, and you can see that it's February 2022. So this condom is safe to use. Then you're going to want to check the packaging of the condom. We can see that this has not been tampered with. There's no tears or holes in the packaging. So we're going to open it up and take it out. Gently. You don't want to rip the condom when you open the package. So we can see that the condom is slightly lubricated, and then the tip is bulbous. When you put the condom on, you're going to want to grab the tip and place the end on the end of the penis. You will slowly unroll the condom so that there's a little bit of air in the top. You unroll down the shaft to the base of the penis. You leave the air in the top to collect the semen. You can use a little bit of lube, more lube, just to protect you and your partner during the sexual intercourse. When finished, you're going to take off the condom so that none of the contents of the inside spill onto the outside. Good. You're going to safely deposit this into a garbage, making sure that nothing spills. And there you go. When you go to buy a condom, you may notice that there are lots of different types. This may be a tad bit confusing. You'll see lubricated condoms, real feel condoms, latex-free, luscious flavors condoms, thin condoms, ribbed condoms, large condoms, extra large condoms, and ultra sensitive. Now, you do not need to worry about all these added features. What you do need to worry about is if you're buying latex condoms, non-latex condoms, lubricated condoms, non-lubricated condoms, male condoms, female condoms, or dental dams. Remember, fellas, when it comes to condoms, size does matter.
These are some of the common signs and symptoms that you might see. You might see unusual discharge from your penis, vagina, or anus, pain during urination, bowel movements, and sexual intercourse, and sores, blisters, ulcers, warts, or rashes.
You might also have pain in your scrotum or in your testicles, and for women, you could have it in your uterus or your ovaries. You could also have lumps or bumps in the groin, anus, mouth, or in the throat.
If you think that you have any of these signs and symptoms, we have a few resources over here listed that you could possibly use. Planned Parenthood provides a lot of confidentiality for younger adults who might not feel as comfortable going to a doctor's office. You also have your doctor's office, as I said. You can go to the nurse at your local school, and you can also go to an STI clinic. These all also provide blood testing, STI checks, and also education more about STIs.
These also can give out condoms as well as female condoms or any kind of types of education on how to put it on. All these offices have equipment such as free condoms and lubrication to help you be able to play safe, and the important part is to always act safe whenever you are participating in sexual activity.
Did you learn something? I know I did. Thank you for watching and learning about harm prevention with the use of condoms. Your teacher will be handing out a questionnaire based on content in this video. After this quiz, your teacher will be handing out a banana, a condom, to each of you to practice with the condom. Remember kids, you alone are in charge of taking care of your body. So wrap it before you tap it. Tristan.
Through oral, anal, or vaginal. Oral, anal, and vaginal.
There's something from the floor inside the condom.
Hello, is this the right room? Ah, yes, I am Mr. Rigor Snuggledorf, and I am here to teach you kids about condom usage.
I am so glad you can teach us about it.
Oh, yes, I love condoms.